Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we need to make this quick. I have to get to the airport. So today we're talking about Seeking Sister Wives Season 3 Episode 10 called Deeper and Deeper. I have recapped other videos. They will be in the eye. They will be down below on my channel in general. Check out my TLC other show playlist. Don't quote me. Yeah, it was not evenly distributed at all. So yeah, that is what we are going to do. As I said, need to make it quick. Literally applying lipstick. Priorities, people. Okay, so let's hop right into it. The Winders. I think I said that right. Yes. So Kimberly is still there. So we actually get to see a kind of a day in the life type of thing with the Winders. They take us to their farm, and I'm about to call him Cody. Colton says that this farm has been in their generation for 4 years, in their family for 4 generations. And side note, Colton is actually a pharmacist. Whole time I thought he was just a farmer, but he's actually a pharmacist. And they have like a legit farm. Like they have, why am I thinking of goats? I feel like I'm thinking of goats because I used to have a goat. But they have like chickens. Maybe they do have goats. I definitely saw the horses. They have an orchard. Like it is a legit farm that they have there, and they tend to it a lot. Not just Colton, but also the wives. He said that the wives take care of like the menial tasks, like feeding the animals and gathering eggs and picking the plants, picking the fruit and stuff, and then Colton takes care of the other stuff. But the funniest part that I found was that Colton actually swore on camera, and then Tammy like covered his mouth and was like, you can't do that. And then he says it's not a sin to swear if there's a cow within 5 miles. Yo, Colton has like a funny side that does not present itself. It's like he just comes off very serious, but he actually seems to have like a playful side. So Kimberly fits right in with farm life. Like I said, she seems to be like outdoorsy type of situation. So this isn't too far removed from what she's used to. And Colton says that Kim is very sweet. He said that he's not sensing any red flags or anything like that. And did I call her Kimberly? Kimberly's very sweet. He's not sensing any red flags. And then when and then Sophie actually said that even like into the day that she's still unsure about how Colton feels about Kimberly, because like they said, obviously if Tammy and Sophie like her, this is going to be a wife for Colton, so he has to have some sort of attraction, some sort of liking to the wife. So the producers later on asked Kimberly if she thought that Colton was cute, and she said she doesn't know if she can say that because he's married. And I'm like, I don't know if that makes sense. They're not in an open marriage, but obviously you're entering to a relationship with a man that's also already married, and everyone knows that. So would it really be wrong for her to say if she thought he was cute? Excuse me, I didn't really get that part. But and Colton says that, I don't know what I wrote. Jury, haha, I do know. He said that the jury's out on attraction. Like he said from the beginning, it's not like an instantaneous thing for him, so he's not gonna, come right out and say that he finds her attractive. But they also spoke to Kimberly about religion, because he said that anyone that comes into their family is going to have to convert. And Kimberly was raised Baptist. And Colton's religion kind of believes that what you have in this life will carry into eternity. So that's why they need multiple wives, which I don't really understand that part. I guess they're saying like the more wives you have, like the better your ranking is going to be, I guess is how it is presented. I'm not really sure. Kimberly, when asked about religion, she kind of said that she's always believed that, you know, when you go to heaven, you're gonna still, I don't know. She was trying to say that she understood it. Like, she was saying, your family on earth is also going to be your family in heaven, and that's always how she's thought of it. So it's not too far removed from what Colton is saying. Like, he said that they're in the same ballpark when it comes to the religion, and it doesn't seem like it would be too much for her to convert, basically, is what he's saying. So he was like, that's a really positive situation. That's a really positive, check on the checklist. So I guess, I don't know. She's checking boxes, but the important box, we're unsure of if it's checked. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But he did call her beautiful, so I guess she's on the right track or whatever. So, is that the window? Oh, no, haha. No, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Jumping ahead in my notes. That is the Winders, y'all. So next up we have the Merrifields. So COVID happened, so everything shut down, and then obviously when it was safe, production came back. In their COVID shutdown, Danielle said her and Garrick got closer, and in my head I immediately thought, I wonder why that is. Y'all got closer when y'all didn't. Interesting, Danielle. But anyway, unfortunately Bert was positive for COVID, so they weren't able to talk to her much. And another thing that happened was that Bert actually had to relocate from living with her mom to living with her cousin, because her mom is like susceptible to the virus. The problem with that is that where Bert moved to does not have internet access, so they are not able to talk to Bert as much as they used to. So that is obviously creating issues. Danielle was very heartbroken about it. Of course, Garrick was very heartbroken about it, but that is creating issues with their relationship with Bert because they can't check in, they can't FaceTime, they can't text and talk every single day like they used to. So, can't communicate with Bert, so Bert and Garrick. So since they can't communicate with Bert, Bert and Garrick had this brilliant, masterful plan that because it's taken a little longer with the visa and because of COVID, they decided to meet up in Mexico and have a whole baby. Not have a whole baby. Get to making a whole baby, if you know what I'm saying. So, yeah, they were trying to make it seem like, oh, because of Bert's age, because she's 33, with or without the visa, they want to start their family. So I'm just like, what? I am so perplexed about this situation. How does this make sense? I don't understand at all. You can tell that Danielle was not on board. You could tell that her wheels were turning and she's like, wait, what? Y'all want to make a baby? Like, she understood that eventually they would have a kid. She just didn't realize that they would do it without a whole marriage. So then, luckily, Danielle's sister-in-law, Sam, comes over. And apparently Sam needs to be the voice of reason because she says, what if the visa doesn't go through? She's like, y'all haven't even lived together. Y'all don't know the dynamics that are going to happen when she does come and live here. How is everything going to flow? And then you want to throw a baby in there? She's like, y'all have only experienced each other on vacation. You're seeing the fun side, the happy side, the nothing goes wrong side. Now you want to have a baby? What? No, I don't understand this at all. Can anyone explain this? Because I don't. Maybe it's just for shock value. Maybe it's just for TV value. Like, you already can't communicate with her. So your idea is to go make a baby with her and then send her back to no communication? And like Danielle's sister-in-law Sam was saying, if the visa doesn't go through, is he gonna have to leave Danielle and the boys and go live with Bert half of the time, and then with Danielle and the kids half the time? Like, obviously you're gonna go to where the baby is. You know what I'm saying? The baby's gonna require more. How's that gonna work? How is that gonna work? I really want to know if they have like contingencies. Like, I'm going to talk about the Snowdens in a second, but even though they're divorced, did Danielle sign some papers that says that she gets access to certain things? Like, was that agreed upon? Danielle, don't do it. Put your foot down, run the other way, do something. Okay, so the Joneses. From Sidian's date with Alexandra, he's getting the vibe that she is not into the mom status, which obviously is like a big deal because he is a father of 3, and like you said, 2 of the 3 kids live with them. He also mentioned he's okay if she doesn't want kids on her own, but she is gonna have to be okay with kids because of his kids. So that is something that's definitely throwing like a red flag. A socket in the wrench? Nope, wrench in the socket. Wrench in the socket? Wrench in the plans? That's definitely concerning. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, they're kind of just trying to figure out if Alexandra or if Sidian and Tasha and their family are going to fit in with Alexandra's, you know, life-term goals, or vice versa. Like, are we going to be a good fit for one another? Which right now, it's not looking like it, but that would be very disappointing for them, obviously, because that means that they're going to have to start over again at the beginning to try to figure out and try to find someone to fit their family. I also wonder if it's the location, because I think they live in Idaho, or is it Iowa? They live in one of those I states, so I'm wondering, is it the location that they can't find anyone? Like, it's a pick of the litter, slim pickings type of situation? I wonder. The Clarks. So, it was a few weeks ago that they met Emily, so they're moving on to someone else. Her name is Krista. She has 3 kids. She's a nurse. Yeah, they kind of asked her about jealousy, and she's like, oh, good communication kind of doesn't really make jealousy a problem. And Vanessa and Gerard were feeling her, and they said that she's a breath of fresh air, and they like the fact that she's already established. Like, she already has a career, she has kids, so that's not necessarily going to be something that comes up later on. So they are really feeling Krista, but she lives in Texas, I believe. Yes, Texas. So one thing that they asked her was like, what's your five-year goal? And she says she wants to get like a master's degree and something like that. And they're like, oh, okay, that's great. And I'm just like, is it great though? Because Kayla wanted to establish a career, and y'all kind of put the X-nay on that. So are y'all really okay with the fact that she has a career? Questionable, for sure. Because it just seems like they want someone that's in the home, and she seems like she wants to advance her career. So I don't know about that one, y'all. I don't know. Last but not least, we have the Snowdens. So Taylor has been gone for 5 months now, and as Chrissy and everyone else put, 5 months, no tension, and they are just like, kumbaya, my lord. Everything is flowing, everything is, you know, copacetic, as they say. But Chrissy said that she was not expecting to be there for 5 months, and that she wants to go home because she's really missing her family. What's interesting is that Chrissy said she wants to go home, and then in the other room, or maybe in another time, Dimitri's talking about proposing. So I'm like, that's interesting. Is she gonna say yes or no? Whew. So anyway, Dimitri kind of brought it up to Ashley, and Ashley said that she's very happy with that decision. She's liking it. She's like, you know, go for it. She loves Chrissy. She feels like everything is flowing. She's good to go. They also talked about the fact that, and this is what I was talking about with Danielle, that papers have been drawn up because Dimitri and Ashley are not legally married. They never wanted to be, but they drew up papers that entitles Ashley to things if anything ever happened to Dimitri. So she is set. The kids are set. So he was really asking about the fact that on paper, Chrissy will be known as Mrs. Snowden. Are you okay with that? And she's like, yes. Her thing was, to the outside world, Chrissy is going to be the first wife. But obviously when they're home, Ashley's going to be the first wife. And the situation I'm thinking of is if anything ever happened to Dimitri and like they asked the wife, what would you like to do? I think legally Chrissy would have the say, not Ashley. I don't know if that is trumped because of a paper that Ashley might have. I don't know the dynamics of it, but basically Ashley was saying she's fine, she's taken care of, so she's okay with Chrissy legally becoming Mrs. Snowden. But obviously Ashley will still be the first wife everywhere else, you know, to friends, family, whatever. So yeah, Ashley said she's okay with it. So I guess I was asking about that, you know, how long was Chrissy here? I wanted to know if the whole marriage thing was going to be on television, and I guess it is. So yeah, that is the end of Seeking Sister Wife, season 3, episode 10, I think. Why do I always do this? I always forget what episode I'm on. Get it together, AJ. Yes, episode 10. So tell me your thoughts. What are you thinking? Do you think Kimberly's gonna become a sister wife? Do you think Chrissy's gonna say yes? What about the Merrifields? Do you feel like Danielle is gonna get Garrick to kind of see the light and be like, this is not a good idea? What about the Clarks? Do you think Krista's gonna work out? The Joneses, do you think Alexandra's gonna work out? Like, it is not looking good for anyone at all. And we kind of know what happens with the Snowdens, so it's very awkward, like knowing the current situation and then looking at it later on. It's like we have a spoiler alert for what happens, but now we're gonna get to see what's leading up to it, so it's just weird. Yeah, interesting show. Also, Smothered comes on tonight or tomorrow. I'm thinking about recapping it since this one should be slowing down, but I'm not sure. I did like Smothered last time it came on, so I think I probably will. But yeah, that's the end of my recap. Thank you for watching. Like this video, comment below. Like this video, comment below. Subscribe to my channel. Is this S? I don't know. Every time I do the language, the sign language alphabet, like I literally have to sit there and go through each letter. I don't remember it. Also, that happens when I have to like figure out which letter comes before a letter. I have to go through the entire alphabet. I can't just chop it up and be like, does H come before I? Well, yeah, that's an easy one, but like, I don't know. Does N come? No, that's another easy one. Does P come before Q? Like, I have to go through the entire alphabet to figure it out. I can't just chop it up. Does that happen to anyone else? Is it just me? I feel like that's not a just me part. I don't know. Anyway, that's the end of this recap. I'm rambling. I need to go to the airport, but thank you for watching. Like I said, like this video, comment below, subscribe to my channel. I said thank you for watching already, right? Okay, thank you. Bye.